Hey, it's Melissa here, and I'm so excited to be back with you today. Today I have my first layout for the new design team for Make Paper Art. It's the first ever design team, and I'll have a link below to Amanda's Etsy shop where you can go and check out the cut files. So I am using the Seeing Stars Cutfile here, and I've just cut it on my Silhouette Cameo. It hasn't cut that well because I fiddled with the blade and tried to fix it. I took it apart and put it back together, and it hasn't gone to plan, but I need to order a new blade. But I've made it work in the meantime. It will cut perfectly well on your machines. It's just me that has kind of stuffed things up a little bit, but it still works. I've just had to get a pin and poke the bits back where they appear not to have cut. But like I said, it is not the cut file at all. It is me. So in case you're wondering, I have this photo of Brie and I. It was actually taken in the weekend at our ballet showcase. It was her first show and my second show, but my first showcase. So I have the Felicity Jane kit called Brie, and I think it was 2 months ago, and the reason I got it was because her name is Brielle, and I just couldn't resist it. It was a really good excuse. So what I was thinking was either backing it with this beautiful pink ombre, which I'm not really sure, or with this like washi tape, and I think this is actually the one I'm going to go with because it ends up just looking really gorgeous and different. So this paper doesn't have stripes on all of it, so I need to be happy with where I'm positioning it so I can get the most I guess coverage for my stars. So I think yeah, might go with something like that, or even like this. I'm just very aware that I'm going to end up with areas of just white. So I'm just trying to think. Bear with me while I... See, what I might do is I'll put it onto fast forward and I will work out what I'm doing. So keep watching and enjoy. So I fiddled around with it, and I decided to make it work for me. It didn't matter whether I cut the branding strip or whether it was covered underneath. I had to get the most out of the colour that's on that page, and there is quite a lot of white within those strips. So I do end up with some of the stars that are white, but it doesn't really matter. So here I just trimmed off the excess with my scissors. Could have used my paper trimmer, especially on that bit there, but it didn't matter. It all turns out fine. I would have stitched around it, but I'm having some trouble with my sewing machine at the moment, and I just need to find some time to fix it. So then I decided to have the larger stars at the top and the lesser, sorry, what I mean is more stars at the top, less at the bottom, which is actually the way that the cut file was designed, but of course you can do whatever you want. Now here I used the grid on this beautiful ombre paper, and I wanted to rip the edge, but it didn't work that well. I'm not sure why, but that changed my design plan. It didn't really matter. And then yeah, at this point I left it, and then I turned it over, saw the beautiful black and white, and then decided to trim down the pink edges so that I can be assured that there'll be a black stripe on the top and bottom of my layers, as you can see there. So what I didn't want was to have a white strip at the top and black at the bottom. So I just trimmed it off really rough, and then I will go back with my little Fiskars paper trimmer and even it up. So sometimes I will trim my paper freehand. Other times, if there are lines on it, like with this one, I do want to make sure that it's all straight. And then I think I realised that I didn't cut it too well with my scissors, so I had to go back and trim it with my paper trimmer. So I did think about having the stripes vertical, but I decided to go with horizontal. So this is a card. It's you get a pack of 3x4 cards in the kit. So I just took that one, and I liked it because it will enable me to journal just the basic details, because there are more photos from this photo. There'll be photos of us performing as well. So I can't remember if I said what this was, but basically last weekend we had a ballet showcase, and my daughter there are 2 in her class. She's preschool. There's only 2 of them, and one of them is my friend's son. And he decided he didn't want to do it. And so I gave Brielle the option that she could do it or she didn't have to, because I'm not about forcing kids to do things when they're that young. And she surprised me and said she wanted to do it. And she performed on her own. The teacher was up there, but she basically did it herself, and I was just so impressed with her and so proud of her. So this is a little photo that one of the girls in my class, adults class, she took it of us. It's kind of backstage. It's a room next to the main hall, and you go through this room to get to backstage. So we had a quick photo as we were waiting before we got called to start. So she has her little uniform on. That's what they wear in class. And then as the Adults Academy, we can wear whatever we want to class. And then for this performance, we just wore black tights and a black top. So that's what the photo is about. And because I have more photos coming, I will journal more about the story on them. So this is probably going to be a little intro page to the story, if that makes sense. And I think this one will go in my family album because it's not just about her, it's about me as well. So yeah. So all you've missed here is me just gluing and embellishing. That's a little tag from the ephemera kit. Felicity Jane kits are beautiful. This is my first one, and like I said, I had to get it because it was called Brie. And I'm actually tempted to subscribe now that I've experienced the beauty of these kits. So I thought about having the banner and that little girl there because she's got a bun and we've got buns, but I decided that the dress didn't really go that well with the theme of all of this. So I will use that on another layout, probably about Brielle. The puffy stickers are absolutely beautiful. The texture is amazing. So I just put the word sweet, and I think it's a little butterfly on there. And then this beautiful bunch of flowers took over from the banner in the end. So I decided to just put that on the side of that journaling card. And I popped up some of it with pop dots. The texture of those ephemera pieces are really, really good. So I wanted to add another one of these circles. They're like chipboard flare, I guess. I think that's what they're actually called. And I couldn't make it work. So I tried a bow. I was struggling with which way to put the bow. I think that's the right way. And in the end, I go back to the original heart that I had. So that's like a doodled heart. And I think it breaks up. What am I trying to say? It breaks up the style of the layout and adds a bit of whimsy. That's what I'm trying to say. Then I decided to add another rose. I do struggle when a kit is this beautiful because I don't want to use anything at all, and then I don't want to use everything on the first layout and have nothing left for the next. I know other people have said that they want to use everything in the first layout, but I'm the opposite. I try to use as little as possible. So just adding my journaling here, and in terms of embellishment, I think like the previous layout that I've made here on my channel, this one is all about the cut file and the stars, and I really wanted to let them shine. So that's why I haven't gone overboard with embellishment. I think because there's so many colours in that background paper, that really does make those stars the embellishment feature of the page. So I also wanted to have the photo shine, as always. I've just added some twine from my stash there. I thought the pink and white was perfect. And then I needed to put a title, and these are the Felicity Jane puffy stickers, letter stickers. They are amazing. I think they might be the most beautiful puffy letter stickers I've ever used in my life, and I'm not exaggerating. You need to try them for yourself. And so I just called this layout Showcase 2018 because that's what it was. And as a title page, it'll make a good first page sort of introducing what it is. So I hope you've enjoyed this process. Make sure you go and check out the Make Paper Art Etsy store. I'll link below. Yeah, Amanda has some amazing cut files and she's releasing new ones all the time. And you'll see after my close-ups there is a discount code for you to get, I think, 10% off. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back again soon.